In the cold, unyielding heart of Mercy General Hospital, where death has left its chilling imprint, lies the morgue. This is a place where the living converse with the dead, seeking answers from those who can no longer speak. Leading this spectral dialogue is Dr. Harper, a woman of science, her gaze steady, her hands firm. Her team, a group of dedicated professionals, work tirelessly amidst the flickering lights casting long, ominous shadows. One stormy night, the morgue receives an unexpected guest. A body found in the woods, its skin adorned with strange, writhing marks. The sight piques Dr. Harper's curiosity, a puzzle to be deciphered beneath her practiced scalpel. The body is wheeled into the morgue, the wheels echoing eerily through the silent halls. The storm outside mirrored the growing sense of dread as Dr. Harper prepared her scalpel for the autopsy. With a surgeon's precision, Dr. Harper cut through the icy flesh, unprepared for the horror that awaited her. Her scalpel parted the skin, revealing the ghastly tableau beneath. The body, marred by strange, writhing marks, held a secret more menacing than any she had encountered before. As she delved deeper, an unnatural sight met her eyes, a grotesque, pulsating worm, its body writhing with a life of its own. The chill of the morgue was pierced by her soft gasp. "By God," she breathed, her voice barely a whisper in the sterile silence. Before she could regain her composure, the creature lunged, sinking its venomous fangs into her assistant's hand. A scream echoed through the room as the assistant staggered back, clutching his bitten hand. Dark tendrils snaked their way up his arm, a macabre dance of death under his pale skin. Stunned silence filled the room as the assistant's body convulsed, his gaze empty, his movements erratic. As the clock ticked ominously, Mercy General Hospital was plunged into a nightmare of unimaginable proportions. With a speed that defied understanding, the infection spread like wildfire through the wards. Patients, once ordinary and human, were transformed into grotesque parodies of life, their bodies twisted and contorted in ways that mocked the natural order, their eyes vacant and devoid of any semblance of humanity. Their screams of agony echoed through the cold, sterile halls of the hospital, replaced all too soon by the dull, rhythmic shuffle of the newly risen dead. The doctors, led by Dr. Harper, fought a desperate battle against this unseen enemy. They raced against the clock, their minds a whirlwind of fear and desperation, their hearts pounding in their chests like war drums. They tried everything they knew, every treatment, every drug, every desperate prayer. But for each life they saved, another was lost to the relentless, insidious tide of the infection. As the hours wore on, the hospital transformed. What was once a sanctuary of healing and hope, a place where life was cherished and nurtured, became a battleground. The clash of life and death was no longer a silent, unseen struggle, but a gruesome spectacle played out in the harsh, unforgiving light of reality. The hospital, once a beacon of hope and healing, was now a battleground where life and death danced a macabre waltz. The first rays of dawn painted a grim tableau of the hospital, a testament to a night of terror. As the soft, muted light seeped into the shattered remnants of Mercy General Hospital, it revealed the chilling aftermath of a nightmare that had come to life. Corridors, once bustling with activity, now echoed with a dreadful silence, broken only by the occasional groan of the undead. The walls, stained with the marks of the struggle, bore witness to the desperate fight against the insidious plague. In the morgue, Dr. Harper and her team stood amidst the carnage, their faces drawn and weary. Their eyes, once filled with determination and resolve, now mirrored the despair they felt. They had fought tirelessly, but the enemy they faced was beyond their comprehension, an enemy that turned the living into the dead, and the dead into something far, far worse. The strange, writhing marks that covered the body they had autopsied were not just symptoms, they were the harbingers of a plague that defied all logic and reason. A plague born from a worm, a grotesque creature that had brought about a night of terror and chaos. As they stood in the silent morgue, the weight of their discovery hung heavy in the air. The truth they had unearthed was horrifying, a chilling reminder of the dark depths to which science could plunge when it strayed from its path. In the heart of the morgue, a horrifying truth was unearthed, a plague that turned the living into the dead and the dead into monstrosities that defied comprehension.